taking grease. Oh, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got an exciting show for you today. We've got a very large burn pile that needs to be contended with, along with smaller burn piles that need to be pushed into it eventually. Going to be putting both machines into play today, the excavator as well as the T180 skid steer, to hopefully efficiently move all the extra brush and the ancillary piles into the main pile, mitigate any forest fire springing up. We got the burn permit, we did everything official, so we should be good to go on that. But yeah, let me finish up greasing up the machine and we'll take you over here to the action in just a moment. Fire started. Got an old Bojangles bag, got some greasy rags in it from whenever I was greasing up the machines earlier, just some shop towels with some grease in it, and got those packed in here. I kind of like to do it Boy Scout style, just to be a minimalist, so I'm not using any extra accelerants right now. I've done this with diesel, used motor oil, gasoline, but today we're gonna go very conservative, just with what we have in the truck. Alrighty guys, take two. I just grabbed some shop towels and got some grease on there. Unfortunately, my grease gun ran out of grease right as I was trying to pump it up, so took what I could and wiped a little bit off the machine. And let's see if this will be enough to get it going. All right, guys, well, as you saw, Boy Scout style was a abject failure, so we're just gonna get her started with some good old-fashioned all-American diesel. Probably should have done this to begin with, but let's try something a little different. Voila. So it gets hot. I'll hop in the excavator and just put a little pile on top of it to get a nice little core going, but whew, 90-something degree day plus a fire doesn't make you want to hang out with it. That's for sure. Got some decent little ashes going on down there, so I'm gonna reach up and grab a little from up here. Without smothering it. Take three. Parts of our region got about 2 inches of rain the past yesterday. So maybe the wood's just a little more damp than I thought it was. It's been sitting out here for a year and a half, but maybe it's just enough humidity in there that it's not starting as easy as I thought it would. See the ashes rising up. I do have a few fire extinguishers out here, so if the fire does jump and ends up in the wood somewhere, my first remediation is going to be to smother it with the skid steer. I've had the unfortunate need to do that in the past, just blazing through the woods trying to stop fires with a skid steer. Not fun. So if it's in a really hard to reach place, then I'm going to run at it with the fire extinguisher, assuming it's not too big. Chance for a forest fire I think is pretty low, given how wet it's been. But yeah, let's try to take our precautions the best we can. Burn itself up. I'll stay on fire watch for a little while, and I'm sure it'll get too hot for me to be anywhere near this thing in about 5 minutes. So I'll go park this machine out of the line of sight for right now, and then I'll check back in with you in a second. All right. So we're probably about 7 or 8 minutes later, and the fire went from its little contained area and it climbed all the way up the side of our burn pile, which is what we want to see. Everything's looking nice and contained. Gonna let that do its thing for a little bit. I think in the interim, what I'm gonna do is just pull from this pile and bring it right to left and stack it over here. And then eventually I'll just kind of make my way around and keep kind of folding that fire into itself. Got some big meat on there, like that stump and that stump, so I might go and just kind of strategically place that in the middle of it all. I tried to get some of the other bigger stuff packed up on the top, but it'd be best to go ahead and throw those into there right now so they have the best shot at burning down efficiently. Guys, time for a quick little progress report. She is going just like what you want to see. Not much I need to do right now. I'll try to walk as close as I can to it, but man, it is hot. I don't think video does the heat justice. But yeah, I got those stumps kind of piled up in the middle. A few more off to the side. They look like they're taking pretty good. A little hotter than I want to be to get in there and start poking around with it. If I had a bigger machine with a longer arm, I'd probably be more proactive in managing this, but why bother, right? Looks like it's in good enough shape. Burning the way it should be burning. So yeah, let's be hands off for now. I'm just out here enjoying the shade on the other side of my excavator. Keeping an eye on things and being an introvert, which is not a bad thing for me. So anyways, I'll get the camera going here in a little bit next time I flip the stumps on in there, let them burn down a little bit better. Alrighty guys, time for a quick fire update. No complications, no issues, just kind of been waiting for it to burn down to about this level. Got lots of hot ashes and embers and coals in there now, so it is going to be time to start moving this into the fire. So we got almost as much material as we burned already, if not more, to actually move into this. So what I'm going to do is just, I've windrowed it up already, so I will take a little bit at a time, just keep pushing it in there, letting it burn down, and most all of the stumps and the big material are in there, caught fire, so they should be slowly roasting into oblivion. But yeah, for the next step, I'm gonna hop in the skid steer and just start pushing loads of this over. So show you what that looks like. A little bit muddy over here, and the brush is just very knotted up, so it's hard for me to push it in segments that made sense, that were small enough for the T180 to handle. But so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the excavator over and just kind of stack it up into more manageable sizes, and then push it in there. This is where it'd be helpful to have two people out here with me right now. But yeah, other than that, you can tell that material is pretty wet, but the fire's so hot now, it'll consume anything that we put into it. So we organize the pile with the Mini-X. little update here at the end of day one. Big pile is burned down. It's nicely contained and burning hot. That'll be good. That means there will be ashes there tomorrow. Hot ashes to get all the rest of this burned down. The equipment did well today. No complaints. I did notice that the stick is kind of intermittently slow when I'm pulling it in. And I wonder if that had to do with whenever I changed that thumb cylinder. If I got some air in my system or not. I don't know what to do about that. It's intermittent. It's not a huge deal, but I've noticed it ever so slightly. So I'll do some Googling, some reading on that. But if you have any idea what might be going on with that, hit me up in the comments section. That would be appreciated. Anyway, going to wrap up for tonight. Go get some dinner. I'm gonna come back and look on this in the next hour to make sure nothing's going crazy, but I feel pretty good about it. I got a nice dirt and mud berm cut in around there, so there's very low risk of any kind of grass. All right, guys, day two. You'll notice I have all the doors open on the excavator. I noticed my AC is not running, or it's barely running. So I've opened her up and took out all the in-cabin filters. I need just to replace them. I didn't have time to order them and get them delivered, so I just went and blew them out with the air compressor. Get those installed real quick, and fingers crossed, AC will be working today because it's 97 and I'm working around a fire pit. And yesterday I did it with the windows open and got smoked out and burnt up. And yeah, it'd be good just to have those windows closed with the AC on so I can enjoy myself. Let me get that done and we'll get to work. Reactivate some of the coals. Got these stumps. Dig through the stumps, try to keep them cooking throughout the day. Back out of that. Cloud of smoke. Alright guys, just knocked out a bunch of green material, just try to widen out this open space. It's just sweet gums and river birches, so nothing special in terms of trees. And there are some actual nice trees back here. Like the cedar, I got a nice big hickory going there. One of the few spots in the farm where we actually have white oaks. Got a nice little grove over there. So a lot of this clearing is about giving space for the more desirable trees to have room to kind of take root and get big and live healthfully and not be choked out by the sweet gums and the scrubby vines and things like that. So anyways, I'm gonna go push some of this green material into the fire, and I'm gonna cap it off with some dry material. So hopefully we'll get a good push here and get a good chunk of this burn pile complete. All right, just like we wanted, she is blazing hot again. Got a good stack on it, so hopefully it'll burn down pretty quick. Now we're really just getting down to the last of the brush that needs to be burned. We'll let that burn up, calm down a little bit. We'll do it all over again. Should be maybe one or two more of those. Getting ready to do the last few pushes of material into the burn pit. You can see it's getting burned down over there. And it's got really two big piles, big enough for the skid steer to push them in there. So we're gonna get this wrapped up in terms of getting the bulk of it done. We'll kind of do the cleanup a little bit later on. I'm in here reloading batteries for the YouTube production, sipping a non-alcoholic beer. And and it's hot. I mean, here's what it says on the dash. It's not 108, but it is. I won't pick up, but it's 95. And yeah, my AC is still not working in the cab of the excavator, which is kind of sad because we spend the extra money to live like ballers and buy ourselves equipment with cabs, and the AC doesn't work. It's really hot in there. Anyhow, I'm gonna get the drone up and try to make some nice footage for you guys on the final push here. But yeah, it's been a fun project. It's taken a couple days. I'd say it's probably been 8 hours altogether. Yeah, this air conditioning in the truck sure feels nice. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get this project wrapped up. We'll see you up in the air. Alrighty guys, well that's going to be it for today's video. If you stuck around and watched this far into the video, thank you so much. As you saw kind of towards the end there, just pushed in the last of the brush that needed to be burned. Got a little bit of dirt in there, but I'm really not too concerned about how clean this burns down. We're not going to bury these ashes or anything like that. You know, what'll happen is once this is cool, I'll probably just grade it out. And in time, it will grow some grass. I was just noticing over here, you can see how dark this soil is. There was a burn pile here. Grass is growing in it. Obviously, it's tore up from the tracks of the machine, but for the purposes of this space, we're not really too concerned about the aesthetic. We're not gonna bring a ruckus rake and grade in somebody's yard and seed it. We're just gonna let it go back and do its thing. This is a nice part of the farm because it's the farthest corner away from everything. So it's very peaceful back here. You can't really hear the road noise back here. There's a lot of variety in terms of like some of the mature hardwoods that are growing up, which is unique on this property. Since it was clear cut so long ago, it's mostly just been invaded by sweet gums. So yeah, I try to do what I can to keep things cleared out and let these other varieties of trees and species of trees kind of grow up and do their thing into maturity. what's left to do? I'm just going to probably hop in the skid steer and just rake out the rest of this brush. I'm not going to record it just because I don't think it's too interesting. But yeah, try to clean it up a little bit, leave it nice so that grass can grow up. I'm not going to get too meticulous in any details because this is basically the back 4 acres of the property, and nobody really comes back here unless you're looking for a little bit of solitude. But yeah, overall this should be nice. Could be a good campground at some point. Could be just a good hangout spot to do whatever, or more than likely we'll just continue to use it to drop all of our brush off back here, and I'll probably have another burn pile going before I know it. Enjoy it while it lasts. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed it and stuck around, leave me a comment, say hi, thumbs up, whatever you want to do, or don't do anything at all. But I will see you on the next one.